Good evening. I remember shopping with my mom. Must have been about 4 years old. And I showed her this toy car that I really wanted. And I was overjoyed when she bought it for me. I remember leaving the store with my chest held high, cradling my prized possession. You see, my parents were quite progressive. They didn't believe in gender roles in toys. So I had a doll. Her name was Wendy. She was almost the same height as me. And I had Legos and cars, and life was wonderful. And then I started kindergarten, and I found out that girls do not like or play with cars. And if they do, they're weird. Apply, label, here. I learned at an early age that the world is not made of walls, made of bricks, but of expectations. Expectations based on race, gender, stereotypes. And these expectations or labels, they try to map our journey. And as I grew up, those labels just kept coming. I interned at a television station in a newsroom. One of my colleagues asked me, "What type of reporter do you want to be upon graduation?" Before I could even answer, this producer who was standing nearby whipped around and piped in and said, "Come on now, Kay's smart. She knows she's fat and black, and not just black, dark skin. And we already have a black reporter. She'll never be on air, but she'll get a job behind the scenes. She's intelligent." Apply, label, here. Sometimes society, the giver of labels, just seems off. Do you know that tall people get paid more? Yes, studies show that for each year, when we take into account things like gender and weight, tall people get paid $789 per inch that they are above average. So I guess some labels do pay. But what does that say? Why is it that we believe tall people are more commanding? Are we saying that shorter people can't be leaders? Have you ever stopped yourself from doing something because of a label? I'll do it when I lose the weight. People like me don't. These labels or expectations are like a heavy cloak that weighs us down and shuts off our true selves. You see, the prejudice I faced, it created this narrow narrative that had me afraid to take center stage in my own life. I had a medical emergency once, and the doctor told me that I will never walk unaided again. It was time for a walker. I refused. I've been told so many times that people like me can't, that I decided this is one label I'm not claiming. Not only will I walk properly, I will run and dance. So I ask that you join me as we shed labels. You see, yes, I am big and black, and right now bald and cute. I am female and a lover of all things automotive. Yes, despite the labels that were thrown at me, I became a reporter. I've interviewed world leaders like the Dalai Lama because I chose to live life in my lane. After all, I am Layne. And I became an automotive journalist, so I still play with cars. And I didn't stop there. I'm also a corporate trainer that helps other people shed their labels so that their light can shine before society snuffs it out. So as we reinvent ourselves tonight, I ask that you shake off your label. And if you take one thing from my talk, remember, we are not nouns confined by labels. We are verbs. We are actions waiting to unfold. So go do you, boo.